Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
He gestures towards the lorryman down the street.
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting the fritter nearby. He must think redheads are immigrants.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be smaller.
Are you sure? I mean, that jaw is clearly an atavistic stigmata. Your earlobes are too big. You're sure I'm not craniometrically superior to you? You're right, that's craniometric perfection. My race does not stand a chance. Say nothing. You sure about that, jaw? Depends on if he's going to understand in the way that this is meant.
That atavistic stigmata makes pussy say yes, plenty.
Okay, so she answered for him.
Babe, thanks. But I got this.
Okay. You serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they white?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
He turns his eyes towards the harbour, seemingly bored with you. You still serve them, how does that factor into your life? You keep telling yourself that. I'm sorry, of course, I understand now. Deeper. You still serve them, how does that factor into your life?
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital. Something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
I'm no communist. Communism's pretty cool. Individualism is my jam. My jam is mysterious fourth thing. Enough of this. Well, he's not going to believe anything about this mysterious fourth thing, and I guess I would go for more individualism rather than saying, you know, I'm not a communist or communist is pretty cool, so let's go with individualism.
Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
I've gotten it from disco, actually. It's true, I'm a rock and roll star and a rebel. Youth culture does not affect my thinking. Youth culture does not affect my thinking.
Of course it does. You are a degenerate individualist and a rock and roll rebel. A pawn of international finance, just like the rest of your ham-colored race.
I do like how he's going hard into the ham colour thing, because calling people gammons is a pretty common insult for men of an older persuasion of white skin, because they look like gammons.
I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
Okay, I'll ask, who are the Seminoles?
The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. Millennia before you. We are the future. That is all you need to know.
But you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol.
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulumbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
So you didn't come from the island?
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
So you're not really Seminese, you're just from Revachol.
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Simonese strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting into the harbor.
Kim, what do you think about this?
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
That would be our lucky racist. How do you know there will be a next racist? I like the previous racist better, actually. How do you know there's going to be a next racist?
There always is.
There always is.
Race is reality.
Okay, so we're not going to do this. This is going to make him angry. This might work if he's not going to pay attention to it, but let's do the mug first, see what his reaction's like.
He does not so much as glance at the object.
You know anything about it?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
He had nothing to do with it.
Okay. Alright, he had nothing to do with the mug. Alright, show him the stolen ID card.
The man looks at you, silent and unmoving. His eyes burrow into the remnants of your soul.
You are not Santiago. Santiago is not you. Even the phrenically impaired can see this.
Alright, let's leave. Okay. Quick save. So, the thing that I want to see is there literally no other way to get past him without subscribing to his advanced race theory? Because this door goes all the way back out. Let's try going back in again. It might be the only way you can get through to the harbor is to go ahead and do the advanced subscribe to his race theory, and then you get past. You just kind of have to, well, not let it affect your day-to-day thinking. And by that I mean in the game, don't let your skills and thoughts intrude on that. I guess I'm gonna have to do it. Alright, well, let's go. I do have a high chance of passing it, so once it's done, it's done.
Your race descent has only worsened.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Measurehead, I am new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races are there.
Do you?
This is for the thing. On second thought, I don't relinquish the opportunity to learn advanced race theory. So, yes, let's whisper. This is for the thing, Kim.
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then to you. He lets out an audible sigh.
At least he understands this is just performative.
You are obviously a liberal, Sailmate. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on?
Type A.
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Mao, of course. The Mao are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding.
I'm also assuming that Harry Dubois, as the character in the game, is an Occidental, as that's what the racist lorry driver kind of was hinting at.
A receding genetic pool has led the Mound on reprehensible street parades. In Mound cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
Wait, who exactly are the Mound?
You know them by the names of their nation states. The Oranese, the Gotwaldians, and the Königsteiners. My people simply call them Mound.
Mahun is a derogative term for first world people of Gotwaldian descent. They do not all have eczema. Also, people of Katla, like the Suru and the Huhu, are much more lactose intolerant.
The wooden clogs, though?
In some municipalities of Oranje, people do wear shoes made of wood to street parades. Green, orange, and even yellow tassels have also been seen on hats.
The Mound are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and tassel-centric culture. Inbreathing has led to a lactose-intolerant subrace whom no one can take seriously.
Colorful tassels are, let's be honest, not a good sartorial choice for this century. You might want to avoid wooden clogs too.
Okay, got it. Who are Type A then, in your view?
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have Type A race propensities. The other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem.
He draws his finger across his face.
Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
And who are the Seminese and Areopagites in it?
As proven by the Mound and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Seminese and the Areopagites are on the ascent.
And the Seminese are?
The indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Seminese inhabit the southern islands. I am Seminese, from the stock of Ulmuir on Ile de Fantôme.
And the Areopagites?
The Areopagites are the master race of the Ile Maran peasants. The Seminese are descendants of the Areopagites. We came here during a heroic migration from Ile Maran to Ansuland, thousands of years before the lactose-intolerant Mound Occidentals discovered this place.
What's the difference between the Seminese and the Areopagites? Continue receiving wisdom.
The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Seminese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls.
You fall silent, contemplating the beauty and the
The
mystery.
latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite, or Simeopagite super race. That is all. There are no more Type A races in the world.
Nature was not capable of more.
Okay. Type B.
Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Koikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people.
The Koikos of Grad, Yugo, Zimsk, Chest et al. Are what you would call white officer in a suspect description.
You said Koikos. I've been trained to identify them as white in official descriptions, or mud-colored. You said Koikos.
Yes. To an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a hand sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an indistinct color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, muddy, and ashen. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking alcohol and smoking the degenerate tobacco, and for eating potato.
Eating potato.
The Koiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with potat. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
You don't like ethnostates? And the Vacholiers you mentioned? You don't like ethnostates?
They are microscopic. The seminal Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Semenese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inner spoilage called demos.
And the Vacholiers you mentioned?
Revacholians, halfway between Type A and the racial called Ron. Two mixed to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
82,000 years, okay?
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
I'm pretty sure history hasn't lasted that long. I've heard about this revolution, mistakes were made, but it's the right stuff, you're wrong about it. The revolution was perpetrated by degenerate left-wing marauders, not all the people of Revachol. Go away, stupid political thoughts, what was this revolution? I'm pretty sure history hasn't lasted that long.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, naive Chespius.
I've heard about this revolution, mistakes were made, but it was the right stuff, you're wrong about it.
The revolution came to Revachol from Grad, in Zarath-ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness, a prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia, a hereditary prion condition passed from the Koiko to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade roots and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant. Enough of Tibet mediocrity.
The vile CF race called it a pederasty, please.
Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me.
Chimeric experiments?
Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Semenese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Semenese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring.
That's kind of interesting, if that is an actual thing, that the father being Mesk and the mother being Semenese doesn't produce offspring. But something tells me that that isn't actually true.
The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Yeah. Maybe I've misunderstood something, but aren't humans too similar to produce genetically sterile offspring? Any more, or enough of CF? Maybe I misunderstood.
You are right. You have misunderstood. You lack basic phylogenetic education.
Any more?
Then there is the Semino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Semino Koiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetic site.
Yes.
The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of crossing the Semenes with the Koiko to produce a super worker of Semenese strength and great servility. This will never happen. The Semenese and the Koiko may have similar interbreeding problems as the mosquito. We will never know precisely. No Semenese man could maintain an erection in the suffocating potato stench of a Koiko woman or Koika.
Okay.
But enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of Type F. Were there any able-bodied races you needed education on?
Was that all of them in CF?
Types F.
Chemical
Lesser rate
experiment.
the mosquito.
It seems unlikely that
Any
Then
more?
the Koiko.
Yes.
This, but enough.
Okay, that's the only one. Alright.
It is cruel
Now we've been
to
through all the times,
entertain
do I understand
yourself.
advanced race
You
theory?
understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
How do I word the mystery?
You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity does not come instantly.
So I actually do have to commit to internalizing the thought of advanced race theory before he will let me pass. And that, depending on how long that takes, that could be a while.
I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Revacholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
Alright, let's leave. So, okay. Asks. What is the race enigma? So if there are no free slots, I need to free one up, pass some time. When it's internalized, return to MEASUREHEAD. This is how thinking is done. So I guess this is supposed to be the, well, one of the tutorial segments of figuring out how to internalize thoughts. Advanced race theory, -1 drama, takes an hour and 40 minutes. A mass of fantastic races swirls in your head. Desert pygmies playing with their own excrement, Koikos juggling potatoes, eczema-ridden mounds grinning and dancing on wooden clogs. Everyone is there, the whole race gang, plus some that you may have come up with yourself. The thieving subkips and kipes, and the sealite cast of fortunates hatching some kind of scheme. In the eye of this race Empyrean, a vertigo reaching up to the heavens, you sense something drawing nearer. Okay, well, I like having the +2 volition, although I will eventually. Oh no, this has been internalized. Yes, that's been internalized. That's still got some time. This, can I forget and then remember it? You do not have enough skill points available. Okay. Once a thought has been internalized, I can't get rid of it without using a skill point. But if I stop this, it stays at 78% complete. Okay. Alright, well then, let's do this. So eventually, I can level up to get rid of that. Alright, well, we did quite a bit. Let's make a save. There was a lot in there. I've got to pass an hour and 40 minutes of in-game time. Alright, let's try walking down the stairs again, because for some reason the game just didn't let me, and I don't know whether it's just because, yeah, it's just not letting me at all. I can't do it. Oh, no, I can. Okay, well, never mind then. Right, well, I have managed to do this, so let's quickly go and talk to the cafeteria manager, and then we may be able to go to sleep for the day. And there's still some people around. Okay. Can I talk to this guy just before we go to bed? Because Lena's gone. The sleeping dock worker's gone. Oh, there's 2 people there. Money's what really matters. And I can't talk to these guys. Okay. Let's go talk to guard.
Can I help you?
Here's your trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you were sleepwalking or in a fugue state. Could someone on your staff have put them there? Who else has keys to the trash container? Could someone on your staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Who else has keys to the trash container?
The trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
Maybe you don't remember putting them there.
I think fugue states are more your forte, officer.
Thanks, let's talk about something else.
Yes.
So, about the money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
I was wondering if I could come to some arrangement for tonight.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
I'll pay you back tomorrow, I'm an honest cop. It's cold out, I'll freeze to death because I'm losing the stupid money game. Come on, man, after everything I've been through. Kim is about to say something, let him.
I understand your predicament as the manager. However,
He adjusts his glasses.
I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and...
He stops mid-sentence.
I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment.
Hold on, I still have my key, you know?
Good luck trying to use it.
He taps his foot against a metal box installed on the back of the counter.
Draconian measures.
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock.
I'll find a way in. I'll break the door down.
Oh, wonderful. Try to do that. I'll have to call you an ambulance.
This conversation's not going anywhere, is it?
Not until you bring me the money.
Okay. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Alright, I guess we're done here. Alright, let's make a quick save. And then, yes, I guess we'll just have to go back to the motor carriage. We never did go back to Class C to interview them. Although, to be fair, they just didn't open the door for us. Let's just double check that the task has been updated. So, pay for damages. Yeah, Kim has offered to help.